Did you hear what AOC said?
You ready for some breaking news that will surely disappoint you?
Of course.
Has spoken to the president over the weekend. I have spoken with him extensively. He made clear then, and he has made clear since, that he is in this race. The matter is closed. He had reiterated that this morning. He has reiterated that to the public. Joe Biden is our nominee. He is not leaving this race. He is in this race, and I support him. Now, what I think is critically important right now is that we focus on what it takes to win in November, because he is running against Donald Trump, who is a man with 34 felony convictions that has committed 34 felony crimes, and not a single Republican has asked for Donald Trump to not be the nominee.
He is in this race, and I support him. There's more. There's more.
And we told you that Joe Biden was not the right guy in 2024, and we were right again. But instead of being right, instead of taking the victory, she's finding a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
I don't understand how anyone can just ignore what the data is telling us about Biden's chances of.
Yes, let me shock you. CNN analyst says Democrat likely to lose both White House and Congress if Biden stays in race. That is not all. In another article recently put out by Ansio just a few minutes ago, Trump now has an edge over Biden in 3 key swing states of Arizona, Georgia, and Nevada. Biden won all 3 states by narrow margin in 2020. You can clearly see exactly what is going on here. If you see Democrat marching down like never before, it is because of this. They are panicking. Looking at AIC, a lot of people are trashing her like never before, which I enjoy it.
Now, AOC aside, earlier in the show, we were talking about Hakeem Jeffries, how he was basically keeping his powder dry until he kind of felt the temperature in the room to figure out where most elected Democrats stand on the issue of Biden potentially stepping down from this race. Well, he has now come out with a statement, and he's sharing what he thinks about Biden remaining in the race. Let's watch.
You support Joe Biden staying as your Democratic nominee?
Yes, I made clear the day after the debate publicly that I support President Joe Biden and the Democratic ticket. My position has not changed.
So it seems like, for the most part, the Democratic Party is listening to Biden. I mean, he put out this letter.
Totally pathetic.
He put out this letter basically telling elected lawmakers who are telling him to step down that they need to shut up and fall in line.
And they are, because they're cowards.
Yes, when you look at Democrat, falling in line is simply because they don't have a choice. That is what I've noticed. They cannot do anything. At this time, some Democrats are still reluctant to actually say Biden should continue. Some turn around, look around to see who can actually replace him. They are not seeing. If Biden drops out today, Democrats will still have another problem to choose a new person because they don't see it. Someone that can stand to defeat Trump. That is a major problem I've seen with these people.
Total cowards. Like, oh, what does the leader say? We bow to you. 36%, you don't mind losing to Trump. Every person right now that's saying Biden should be the nominee is saying, I don't care about losing to Trump at all. Look, Biden said another lie in one of these interviews. He said, oh, people doubted me in 2020. That's not remotely true. Okay, right, and oh, I was losing in 2020. No, you weren't. And so even CNN did an analysis of it and showed it, because it's not complicated. Anybody could look it up. That's what I've been screaming for a year now. You could look up any of these numbers. So at this point in the race in 2020, at this exact time, Biden was up by 9 points. And he barely won with 44,000 votes in 3 swing states.
I know.
He was up by 9. He's now down by 3 to 6. Do you understand that's impossible? No, you don't. That's the thing. If you're an average layman, I don't blame you at all. How are you supposed to know what's impossible in politics? It's like saying, oh, can you unclog that toilet? How do you know? You're not a plumber, right?
I mean, I can figure it out.
Okay, but everyone who knows politics, Ezra Klein, David Axelrod, James Carville, Nate Silver, myself, look, we don't agree on policy, but we all agree on numbers. So everyone that's now saying it should be Biden is saying, I would rather bow my head and obey a mad king than beat Donald Trump. I don't care about that at all. I've been lying the whole time. I don't think democracy is on the line. I think this is a totally unimportant election. We're gonna run an 81-year-old whose brain fell out in the middle of a debate. 80% of the country thinks he's not mentally healthy enough to be president.
Yes, he is bringing in some argument which I don't see to be true. When you take a look at what is going on, if you put Biden aside, the civil war that will erupt in the Democratic Party will be uncontrollable. That is the simple truth. Look at what is going on now with Biden there. He also made an argument like there is someone they've kept that can actually trash Trump. I've not seen one. I want him to actually point the finger to the person he thinks that can be Trump at this point. I saw a recent poll where they say, oh, Hillary Clinton can beat Trump. That's the only person now from latest polls. Looking at Kamala Harris, she cannot. Looking at this person, she can. Democrats are confused at this point. So the only thing it is to succumb and allow him to lose.
What kind of a moron would favor a guy that 80% of the country says his brain's not working? No, you can't. Nobody can be that stupid. No, AOC and Hakeem Jeffries are not stupid. They're just cowards. And they just bow their heads to leadership. And they don't care about this country. They don't care about losing to Donald Trump.
I mean, Hakeem Jeffries is leadership. He's Democratic leadership.
Of course he's going to tell you to bow to leadership. Exactly, Anna, he is leadership.
It's just,
he's like, oh, you should always bow to leadership, no matter how bad a decision they make, no matter how much they're idiots, and no matter how much they don't mind losing. So, look, guys, last thing on this. So, I'm still absolutely positive that Biden's gonna drop out. You know why? The Republicans are smart. They ran one ad against Bob Casey saying, is Bob Casey lying to cover up Joe Biden's dementia? And they showed clips of Joe Biden and then clips of Casey with Joe Biden. That ad was so devastating, that ad alone almost knocked Biden out. Then they stopped the ads immediately. They're like, oh, shh. Look, be cool, be cool. If Joe Biden is the actual nominee and he gets past the convention, they're gonna obliterate the Democratic Party with those ads.
Yeah, as they should. The same way that the Democrats try.
The panic is real. Yeah, they should. At this point, when you look at how Republicans are reacting, they are just less worried. They are not even talking much about this Biden doing this, doing that. Even Trump, to talk about the debate, you are not seeing it because Democrat Party is collapsing. Look at this man. He is smart to a certain level, though I disagree with him in many things. He makes sense here.
Did you hear what AOC said?
One.
It's amazing. It is straight out of South Park.
Gosh.
It's straight out of South Park.